Hey everyone, welcome to Monday's Moments this week on Tuesday. I hope everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend. We decided to do it on Tuesday to give families time to be together and to honor those who have served our country and to pay our respects and to say thank you. I guess you could say it was kind of the fun fact. Both my grandfathers were in World War II. One was in the Army, he was a medic, and the other was a mechanic in the Navy. So the military is very strong in my family, so I do pay tribute to those who have served. Without them, we would not have the rights that we have today. So if you have served or are serving and you're watching this, thank you from the Doodle Den Foundation. So we had quite an interesting week. As last week I told you, the fun fact of the week was about how he was petrified at the dentist and I had to go and excuse me, allergy season, and how I was scared and like dentists and and then we were going to have the cleaning and then they were going to take my wisdom teeth out and a molar. Well, actually, no, just my wisdom teeth. Okay. So I finally got the guts to let somebody do it. And I could not make this up. As we were pulling in, they were pulling out. So come to find out, right before the dentist quit and they no longer have a dentist. So back to the drawing board. So this is how the week has pretty much transpired. Just really weird little things sprinkled in. So the pups, I don't know if I had let everybody know, I believe they're almost 20 pounds when they went to the vet. And that's pretty good. On the 30th of March, I believe they were like 9 pounds. They're growing extremely quickly. And we'll see our videos on our Facebook page as well as on our YouTube, The Den. So, and you can also just out at, sorry about that, www. The Doodle Den Foundation.org. And there you can read a little bit about how this all happened and meet myself and my partner, Ray, who without him, none of this would have happened. And it's also got a couple of different things that you can maybe look at or associate with. It's also where you can purchase our sweatshirts. We sell hoodie sweatshirt from size small to size XL. 6XL, sorry, I got the chat got me. Small through XL is $50. 2XL to 6XL is $56. And that's one way that you can help us. Another is by entering into our monthly drawing. You can check back on our Instagram or on our Facebook page, YouTube, any one of our social medias, and I show our what we're raffling this month, which is in honor of my dad for Father's Day, and that is a watch valued at $600, MSRP of $600. And with every 5 donation made to the Doodle Den Foundation, you can either use PayPal or Venmo. Those are the two that are on our page. If you would prefer to do it a different way, please feel free to contact me. I do have other means. Also, it's a really, really nice watch. You'll be able to see it. You'll also see on our page, we'll be listing it quite and letting people know. Every $5 donated is one entry into our Father's Day giveaway, our Father's Day raffle. And that will take place on June 10th, which is actually going to be a huge day because that's the second week in June. And we actually will be having a guest on with us that will be joining us via satellite, I guess, kind of streamer in from New York, who is going to be collabing with us a little bit. And her name is Sarah Williams. She is a woman that I was very lucky enough to meet, that she does different things with crystals, and she does holistic healing. She does Reiki. She does. And next month, our topics throughout the month will be different approaches to dealing with the everyday, I guess you would say, the everyday struggle of most mornings, even to this day. It is extremely hard to get up and get moving. It's almost like some days you feel like there is you, and I have my wheelchair. The weird, it's just like everything goes completely almost like no. Different approaches, how we've kind of, different people have tried different things. Just, it's, we are not giving any kind of medical advice in any way, shape, or form. All we will be doing is sharing different people's stories, and what worked for them. What works for one person may not work for another. Do whatever your physician is. Everybody's situation is different, but I want to be able to bring different things. So maybe, if you see something like, hey, maybe you can talk to your physicians and you can do your own research. So I just wanted to get that out there. And she's also going to be making a special pendant for the Doodle Den Foundation, which we will be seeing on the 10th when she visits. So I can't wait. I'm really excited about that. So, as I said, this week has been bad. I went from wearing very, very heavy clothes to wearing a dirt. It's crazy. So, okay. Another way that you may want to donate is donating goods. If you have any medical equipment such as wheelchairs, toilet seat extenders, dressing sticks, arm grabbers, like the little hand grabbers, anything like that that would make a person's life easier, please contact us. And you can do that by emailing us at www. Hold on, we're not typing here. www.thedoodledonfoundation. Whoops, sorry. At AOL.com. Yes, it is AOL. I know I am probably one of the very, very few people that still have it. I am not good with change. And I can't even say that, I am. Change, I do not get along. So that's another way. Another way that you can also donate is by shopping at our actual retail store, which is at www.thedoodledon.com. And 10% of all sales goes directly to the Doodle Den Foundation. So there's a couple of ways that you can help if you are so inclined. I want to say thank you to absolutely. I cannot believe the amazing response that we have received. I ask that everybody please continue to look at these and please share the videos. Need that support system and just somebody to say, hey, I know what this person's talking about, and join in on the chat. I love when people join in and say hi. And when that happens, that makes me feel a little bit better because we want to build a community that people feel safe and a community where people can feel like they're not alone. So what we're going to do tonight is the month of May, we've been speaking about mental health awareness, as May was Mental Health Awareness Month. So we've gone through only a few, believe me, there's many, a few of the different emotions that one may feel after a significant injury or illness. So we've gone through we've talked about depression, we've talked about anxiety. Last week we talked about frustration. And to wrap it up, this week we're going to talk about an emotion, but it is a feeling like you would never want to feel. The immense guilt alone can destroy a person. Now, I'm not saying guilt is the emotion, but the idea of feeling like you are now a burden. Because you may not be able to do the things you were able to do before, your injury or illness. Whether that means you're using a walker, you can no longer work, you need help dressing. When I first got out of the hospital with the last surgery, I was 100% dependent on my partner. And this was for months. And I still am in a lot of circumstances, but I'm now able in a wheelchair for so long each day. So I'm able to kind of, sit outside maybe for a little bit, but I've also found my passion, which is the Doodle Den Foundation and the Doodle Den LLC. Oh, I did that wrong. I can't believe that. I just realized what I did. Okay, it's not, yeah, we're going to hide that. And the Doodle Den website is www.doodledenllc.com. I had something in my peripheral vision that was grabbing my attention. I forgot to put the LLC. That was on me. Sorry. So, okay. Now, when you go from feeling as though you are 100% independent and you can handle things on your own and you don't need anybody, to laying in a bed many, many nights wide awake, thinking about how all you are now, like, it's almost like it's the emotion you have to go through. It's almost like having a pity party for yourself. And you go through this, and this can last, this these all can happen at once, and they can all happen at the same time. And for a long, long amount of time. It's insane because you and your family will tell you you're not a burden. Your family. We love you. But if you're very, very lucky, you get that. And the people that aren't so lucky, they know that they're going to be considered a burden. And that is a feeling of guilt, sadness, almost like somebody stuck a pin in you. End of story. And even the people that have a super strong support system can feel as though they are a burden, that their friends, their family, their partners, their whoever it may be would be better off without them. And it was scary, because you really feel this way. And you're all of the emotions we talked about, and then some. It's almost like you begin to wonder, like I've said, why am I here? I'm here because I want to change things. I'm here because I obviously still had a job to do on this earth. And I am going to do everything I can. I do know, however, the two greatest achievements that I will ever have are my three children, four children, two biological. And I wonder what other people have felt on this. Because I know when you feel this way, and the weirdest part of this is that you can put this mask on that everything's okay and you're doing good, but in all due reality, you're crumbling inside, but you don't want to show anybody that part of you because you're already in your mind putting enough on them. And it can be a very small comment, even in passing, like not directed towards you. And you literally will take it like a thought in the heart, because in your mind, that wouldn't be that way if you were who you were before, or you were further along in your recovery, or you were able to be more independent. Well, the Doodle Den Foundation wants to make it possible for people to be as independent in their own homes as much as we possibly can. We have so many amazing plans that I've shared in the past, and things that are coming up, and things that are happening quick. And as they happen, I will be sharing them with you. And we will be putting the pups out and on video so that everybody can see them and watch them grow, and the construction and what's happening. And honestly, if it wasn't for my very small circle that's around me, I would fall apart. Do I still feel like I'm a burden on people? Most absolutely. I refuse to have this feeling for the rest of my life. And I am headstrong and stubborn. That's one thing everybody can agree on. But I, to this day, would rather struggle doing something on my own, or even trying, not even doing it, trying to do it, than ask somebody for help. And when I can't do it, I would rather go without, which isn't to say that that's the right thing to do, but at the same point in time, it's almost like you know, or you feel as if you know. Let me put it to you that way. That is a much better way to put it. You feel as if you know that this person shouldn't have to do this for you. And this isn't what they signed up for. It's not, you know, and it's a guilt. And the only way that I think there's any possibility to deal with this issue, and it will be, I know with me, I can't say with for everybody, but I know with me, it's an ongoing issue, is one, we need to be able to have access to mental health. We need to be able to have access to clinical social workers and psychotherapists that are willing and able to maybe network a little bit with us and maybe donate some time for some people that definitely need the help, or maybe take an insurance that they don't normally, that maybe somebody that needs the help could. I do know many insurances sometimes will pay an out of network, but that would be something that you would have to find out in your area and with your insurance company. I know that it's something that you don't feel like you have control of. And you don't, I know with, I'm not going to say you, I should say me, because this is what I went through. And I want to know if anybody else has gone through this. Has anybody else felt these emotions? It's an idea of wondering why on earth somebody would want to be taking care of you, or having to pick up more responsibility than they should have to, and you be okay with it. You're not going to be. Trick is you've got to find a way to be able to do something with your time that contributes to your family and means something. That could be spending actual bonding time with them. That could be, writing a diary for them, you know, so that someday they can go back and read it, a journal. And that's also another way that a lot of people find healing as well, is through journaling, being able to get their feelings down on paper. I think some of the things that hurt me the most was I already felt as if I was going to be a burden. And then it really hit where I was actually called a burden. Um, at that time, I think my dad, who I miss more than word ever possibly say. And my sister-in-law, and I had a sibling, well, two siblings that came and visited me. One was one time, and that was more than enough. And the other was a few times, and that was really nice. I heard some of the concerns in the family, but I can't blame them. And that was a realization that I had to come to. They didn't sign up for it. I got out of that wheelchair and I was walking and I was doing good. And I had started talking to Ray again after like many, many, many years. When I say many years, I mean like many years. I am not going to age myself type of many years. But we had just started talking shortly before, and the car accident happened. And COVID hit. And then I ended up coming to Maine and to be with me. And he knew I wanted to start the foundation. It still had yet to be named. But I was up and walking. I was doing pretty good. I was making dinner at night. I was getting the housework done. I was semi domesticated, which that's really good for somebody who's my age and hasn't done the, you know, domestic goddess role. I'm not even going there. However, even though he knew after the accident, before I came here, because of the swelling and the way things were looking, what could happen to me, he still chose to stick around. And I was operated back in Rhode Island. When I woke up at the end of my surgery at, I believe it was like 3 something in the afternoon, 4 something, I don't remember. He was the first face I seen. Second face was my dad. We were only allowed 2 people for that entire block, so I was happy it was those 2. And it would switch off between my dad and my friend Steph, who's also on our board, and my Chandel, who And at that time, it still hadn't set in. It was